Hello, hello. These days when people want to learn how to knit, they just turn on YouTube and hopefully find someone who's slightly coherent telling them about knitting, and then they do their best, you know? But before the days of the internet, before AI-generated slop patterns and Pinterest and Instagram, how did people learn how to knit?
That's what I wanted to know.
So I got my grubby little hands on this 2006 Lion Brand knitting instruction booklet. I thought it would be fun for us to figure out how to knit before the internet destroys us all. Now, before you jump in the comments and you're like, BB, oh my gosh, the internet definitely existed before 2006. What are you even talking about? She's so Gen Z. I know that the internet was in existence before then, but the whole point of this challenge was to try to knit something without the use of the internet, with just using a pattern, not being able to contact the pattern maker, only being able to read instructions in this booklet and not looking up any help whatsoever. This booklet came with 2 chunky skeins of yarn, a size 10 knitting needle set, and a ton of patterns. If we had knit all the patterns in this book, we could be doing this literally forever. Due to the abundance of patterns, I was initially torn between this scarf pattern and this sweater pattern, but knowing that I wouldn't have enough yarn for the sweater and thinking that the scarf would maybe be just a little bit too easy, I decided to try out this beanie because I have never made a beanie, so I thought it would be a good challenge while also still probably being attainable with the amount of yarn that I had. I cast on 64 stitches like the pattern said, and I got to knitting in my friend Hannah's beautiful backyard. I somehow made one small mistake by getting like the yarn twisted around itself in the needle. I don't even know what I did here, but I gave it to Hannah, who I taught how to knit, and since then she has surpassed me so much, and she fixed it. So thank you, Hannah. I made some good progress this night, and then I will let the next day BB tell you where we are. Hello, welcome to the Prius. I am in the car because me and my friends are going to Berkeley today and I'm super excited. However, I wanted to show you my knitting progress because I will definitely be knitting in the car and probably in every restaurant and every time we sit down. But let me show you what we're working with. I decided, did I tell you this? Probably not. I decided to knit the beanie instead of the scarf because I've never knit a beanie and I thought it would give me more of like the beginner's experience with this kit.
Because I have no idea what I'm doing.
At least when it comes to like the decreases and the beanie part. So this is how far we are. It says to knit 4 inches of a different color and then the rest, I think it's like 10 or 11 inches in the white. I decided if I want to just keep the blue, I think that's a really pretty color, or if I want to do the dual tone kind of thing. So we'll see, but I really love this yarn and this is knitting up so fast. It's like dopamine hits every time I finish a row. Let's spend a day in Berkeley thrifting, hang out with our friends, and of course knitting. I completely and totally misread the time I'm supposed to be meeting with Anna. So we're walking on the Bay Trails. I'm gonna find a bench, we're gonna sit, we're gonna read, we're gonna knit. I am currently reading, let me grab my book for you, in this adorable bookcase that I made that you also could make if you watch my YouTube video. Currently reading Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I would not necessarily recommend this to everybody. It is the companion novel to her first one, Bride, which is about a vampire who has to marry a werewolf for reasons. Something about like ending feuds, you know, very Romeo and Juliet. Well, no, not Romeo and Juliet because they are forced to get married, not the opposite. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is it was a pretty good book for the first half. I was having a great time, and then in the second half, she really kind of lost the plot. It got a lot spicier, kind of for no reason. That was that, but I still really loved the characters and the plot and the premise and the things that were happening in the world. I am starting the second one and it's fine. I'm actually having a great time for what it is for the first half, but if that doesn't sound at all remotely fun to you, don't read it. Don't do it, because you won't have a good time. But I think there's some benches up here, so we can sit and knit and read. mini journey. So this is it. We have 10 inches. The pattern said to knit 10 inches, and then we start our decreases for the top of like the hat, which I'm so excited about. This is a part I've never done before, so we'll see how it goes. Like I've decreased before. And the pattern suggests to move to double pointed needles, which I do not have. So we're just gonna use the magic loop method and it should be fine. Should be fine. But the one thing is that this is the amount of yarn that I have left. This is what we're working with. This is it. So, hopefully we can finish this today with this amount of yarn. But if we don't, I do have quite a bit of this blue left. And I will say I really like the quality of this yarn. It's really, really nice. So if we have to do like the top is blue situation, we're just gonna have to do it if it comes to that. There's no other option because I can't really buy more of this yarn. So we're just gonna see how it goes. It's time to start decreasing, seeing if my brain cells can do this. So let's find out. At this point, I clearly did not realize how close to the finish line we were because it was literally just 2 rows of decreases and then you tie it together and that's literally the end. So I was mind blown by how quickly this came together, and I had definitely extra yarn. Also, if you're sitting there wondering, how did Mate turn out? Let me tell you about it. So just like Bride, the first half of this book had some interesting plot elements, had some interesting characters. There was like world building going on. Basically, it follows this girl who is a hybrid in this world, and that is like a crazy rare thing, has never happened, obviously, because she's not like other girls, you know what I mean? But she also has a disease which is slowly killing her, and people are trying to kill her. So there's a lot going on that is interesting and fun, and then halfway through the book, you realize this disease is actually something else that is so dumb that I can't even talk to you about it. It's so dumb. So the second half really lost me, I'll say that. Okay, as the pattern said, I did 2 rounds of decreases where I just knit 2 stitches together every single stitch. So we should theoretically have 16 stitches on this. Let's count them.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
Oh, we did it.
Wait, I think that's it.
The next line says, cut the yarn, leaving a 12-inch tail. Use your yarn needle, to thread the tail through the remaining 16 stitches. Pull the yarn tight and knot. We're done? Is that what's happening? Hold on. And so with no choice but just to believe that the pattern wasn't lying to me, I went over to the corner, I cut 12 inches of this yarn, I threaded it through my yarn needle, and I picked up all those stitches, pulled them tight, and tied a knot, and it was done. And I was completely mind blown. 1, that it had knit up so fast, and 2, that I did all of this just from reading a single page in a booklet from the early 2000s. It completely blew my mind. So here's how my beanie came out. I'm really happy with it. I'm gonna make one for my husband for our upcoming trip to England. But please let me know in the comments if you would like to see me knit more from these patterns. There are so many more that I think would be fun to knit. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time you're feeling crafty. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I forgot how to do the knot. Oh, this is such a bad clip.